in this match, known as the Northern Union, because in 1907 that's what they were, the 27 member clubs of the Northern Rugby Union. For this match, we've got players looking to the future and hoping to impress the relatively new Great Britain coach Tony Smith. The team will be captained by Adrian Morley, himself a Warrington man, and they will all be out to book a place in the 3-test series against New Zealand, which starts next weekend. Well, the good news for Ruben Wiki, who will captain this all-gold side, and for the rest of the players, is that it doesn't take quite as long to get here as it used to. Back in 1907, they left in the August. They didn't get home until the following June. It took months just to get here. But then there was a huge following when they played their series. The all-golds of today, some of them have come from France, some from the UK, and 7 of them are based in Australia. Well, the first stop for the all-gold squad was Buckingham Palace, where Ruben Wiki, Stacey Jones, Nigel Vangenaar and their squad mates were received by the Corgis, of course, and by Her Majesty the Queen. Stacey Jones and Vangenaar drinking tea in a very sedate and genteel manner. David Kidwell with them as well. And in front of the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, they decided that it was only right and proper to perform the haka. Quite what Her Majesty made of the haka, history doesn't relate, but I'm sure it had the desired effect, and afterwards she spoke to the team, including Nigel Vangenaar and Stacey Jones, who will be making his last ever appearance as an international. They start them very young in New Zealand. Some youngsters there performing the haka for the crowd here at Warrington. I'm joined pitchside by former Great Britain coach Brian Noble and former New Zealand international Robbie Poole. Brian, some interesting elements to this match tonight, not least the scoring system.
Well, it's not true that I did play under this scoring system, but they're going to give 3 points, as it was in 1907 for a try, and everything else, drop goals, field goals, 2 points. So it's gone back to the original scoring system that Rugby League adopted in way back then.
And Robbie, how might that influence play, do you think?
Well, it's definitely, especially the captains have to take into account what decisions they're going to make if they're going to go for a goal, because obviously with it being a 3-point try, then it is a lot more lucrative and attractive, I guess, but we'll have to see. We'll see what decisions they make. I think it's going to be an open game now.
And that may just play into the hands, the 2 points for a drop goal, in particular to Stacey Jones. He's over there warming up with the all golds. He's come out of retirement again.
Again, I spoke to him yesterday. It's for about the 7th time, and normally to beat Great Britain, he does those kind of things. He's a world-class, iconic figure within our game, and he deserves a big send-off. And I think the kind of send-off both teams are going to try and provide tonight is probably open football. So I think they'll ignore the 3 points and the 2 point scenario. I think they're going to try and play some football. I think the all goals have got a few surprises. I'm sure that the Northern Union for the Rebels have got a few surprises as well.
Although this is a wonderful occasion, Robbie, how important is it as an actual match?
Yeah, it's really important, especially for the Great Britain team lining up against the all gold, because there's a lot of young players in there that need to cut their teeth and play well. And you can't, they're going up against some really experienced former internationals and international players, guys that are going to be fighting it out to get into the New Zealand team over the next 3 tests. And it's a great opportunity for those younger players to show what they've got to their coaching staff as well.
Are you looking forward to it?
I definitely am. It's going to be a massive game.
I can't wait. I think there's going to be fireworks and a lot of entertainment.
OK, well, let's let you go up to the commentary box. Brian and Robbie are going to join Ray French for commentary on the match.
Coach Tony Smith has chosen a mixture of seasoned internationals and debutants under the captaincy of Warrington's Adrian Morley. Plenty at stake for the new half-back partnership of Maguire and Rooney, and the likes of Danny Tickle and 18-year-old Sam Burgess, who comes in to start following a late cry-off from Ben Westwood. Bradford's Paul Sykes takes up Burgess's seat on the replacement bench. 3 of New Zealand's greatest ever players have come out of international retirement to celebrate this centenary of the original All Golds Tour. Nigel Vangenaar, Stacey Jones and captain Ruben Wiki. And alongside Wiki in the front row is Aussie test prop Steve Price, acting as the equivalent of the legendary Aussie Dally Messenger, who lined up as a guest with the Kiwis in 1907. Firstly, we will be upstanding for the two national anthems, and firstly of New Zealand. As ever before an Anglo-Kiwi confrontation, the crowd are to be treated to the hacker. But a novel start to this one, I can assure you. Skipper Ruben Wiki coming up in the middle there, signifying the birth of International Rugby League back in 1907. And Steve Prescott, former St Helens and Hull player, who's sadly suffering from a rare form of stomach cancer and who has recently helped to raise over £50,000 for charity with a 200-mile trans-Pennine walk that all the Super League clubs will kick off. And it's a good kick. He's pleased with that. The real kick-off now. The Rugby League back in 1907. And Steve Prescott, former St Helens and Hull player, who's sadly suffering from a rare form of stomach cancer and who has recently helped to raise over £50,000 for charity with a 200-mile trans-Pennine walk that all the Super League clubs will kick off. And it's a good kick. He's pleased with that. The real kick-off now. All goals to receive, although still dressed in that traditional all-black, which in fact they played in 100 years ago. Not only the silver fern on the chest, but also the Kiwi. Good tackling, good driving in. Kiwis sensibly just acclimatising themselves to this weather. Fine night tonight, perfect for rugby, Brian.
It's an excellent evening. Both sides look very ready for combat. And remember the rematch of the 1907 test, and it's going to be an exciting night, Ray.
Certainly some exciting players. Young man here, Michael Platt, had a very, very good season with the Bradford Bulls. A lot at stake for one or two of these players. The coach, Tony Smith, of course, will be in charge of the Great Britain side over the next 3 weeks in the Test series, so places to be staked out. Good tackling there, good driving in there from Ruben Wiki, number 10. 34 years of age yet, it's as fit as ever. Robbie, you know these Kiwis. How much will they be up for this centenary game?
It's got to be a massive game for them, especially for the few players there that will be playing for their positions over the Test series. But one of the things that New Zealand teams always try to do from the outset of any game is dominate physically, and I'm sure that's what we're going to see in these opening quarters.
You think that, Robbie, is why the Northern Union have started with kicking, making them play from deep in their own half?
Well, that's one thing that you learn. If they've got a big team, you've got to make sure that you continue to turn them around, make sure that they come out of their own quarter, and make sure that they do the hard yards as hard as possible.
Stephen Wyatt, number 12 on his back there, the Huddersfield player. And number 13, Sam Burgess, look out for him, a former Dewsbury Moor amateur, just 18 years of age, playing with the big boys. And there are some big boys in this pack, Brian.
They're huge on both sides of the fence. They're not small, Ray. You've got Biggie Alilawa, T.T. Anderson, Ruben Wiki, Stephen Price. Not been much change out of them at the Butchers.
And Wayne Bennett, the Brisbane Broncos, the Australian coach, invited to guest with the all goals. Rayner. Good, strong, bullocking run there from the whole wing. Maguire. Referee Ashley Klein really booming out the instructions to the players, just keeping them on hand. Good tackling there from Louis Anderson, soon to be playing on this pitch actually with the Warrington club, joining his brother Vinny.
Inside.
Not a bad kick. Oh, slip there by youngster Sam Perrott. Plays with the Sydney Roosters in the NRL League. He may be a youngster, but he takes some putting down. Typical tackle from Adrian Morley.
He doesn't usually miss them, Ray.
Somehow or other he gets him down, doesn't he?
I've got to admit, Ray, one of the things that I saw during warm-up was quite a few of the New Zealand players were slipping over. It is a bit greasy out there, and they may look at changing their studs over at half-time.
Good movement there. Good running, always leads from the front. Ruben Wiki. Oh, Fayumu, terrific run now then. Stacey Jones won't have the pace. Remember, this is his last game. He hangs up those famous boots at the end tonight. But it's the all goals on the attack here. Nice little kick. Just a little bit too far, but well thought out.
Yeah, we saw the danger of Faumu. He's a terrific player out of dummy half. Half a break through the gap. Stacey Jones not the quickest there to try and finish the move off.
Walking square.
Sean Kenny Dowell there, just a 19-year-old number 2 from the academy. Oh, good ball out there to Clinton Torpy. A winner in the grand final with Leeds Rhinos last weekend. Number 8, Steve Price. known as the meter eater in Australia because of the meters that he burns up, eats up, driving down the middle. Good tackling there from Kurt Yeaman, number 4.
Play on. Offside, wingers off.
The middle kick. Master kicker.
How good has he been? Iconic within our game, and you know, the little general, as he's called, or whatever you want to call him, has been terrific for the all goals tonight on another comeback from international rugby.
He's never really had any pace, Rob. I mean, he plays it almost in a rocking chair, doesn't he?
Well, actually, I grew up with him, and he used to be extremely fast. He used to be an Auckland Junior Spring champion.
You mean he could beat you?
He could definitely beat me, but hey, I'm not the quickest bloke in the world either. Maybe that's maybe I play in a rocking chair as well, Ray.
Stacey Jones, such a fine player. The all goals moving in very, very quickly. Nice. Oh, good play. A little bit risky. Oh, it is risky because Louis Anderson will go in there. Louis Anderson, the first try possibly for the all goals. But Ashley Klein is just having a look at how that ball got to ground.
I think he's checking whether it came out from a forward knock-on from New Zealand. We see here.
I think it's pulled down.
We might adjudicate a knock-on here from the New Zealand player.
I think so. No try. It is scrum defence. He's changing his decision, Brian.
Yeah, it's the screen that got it wrong.
Yeah. Just 10 metres then from that all goals line. Kurt Yeaman trying to slip through there. Newton calling the directions. 5 metres now from that line. Looking for the first points. Nice slip inside. Good play there. Michael Black taking advantage of coming in at the angle there. Jamie Rooney. Oh! Thought that was going to be an interception.
No, well, it looked close, didn't it? But they've taken the decision to come off their line really well, the all goals there. I think again it's Nigel Vangenaar who takes a punt on the sender. It's the winger, Tame Tupu, goes up on Yeaman and forces the error. Has to be a good read, because if he misses it and Yeaman catches and passes, Rain is in the corner for a score.
David Hodgson, number 2. Kiwis moving in very, very quickly around that ruck earlier, Robbie.
They definitely are, and that's one of the keys about New Zealand. They're a big physical pack. They want you to run around. They want to keep their defence tight. They don't want you to move them about too much, because that means they'll have to start chasing you all over the field. And the Northern Union team have done that well over the last couple of times.
Oh, terrific Burke hit right here by Burgess. He's got 2 or 3 men outside him. Oh, can he get on it? Yes, he can. Danny Maguire will goal. The first try of the night from Danny Maguire. Tony Smith sent to mark it down with his pen. And I almost thought for a second he dropped it.
He had a juggle, Ray. He had a juggle. It was a great ball. The money ball comes from Terry Newton. What a super play. A great try from Danny Maguire. Great support player. Here we see Newton out of dummy half. Great ball to Sam Burgin on an inside shoulder. And great support play. 5 white shirts. He nearly drops it. Regathers it under the sticks. Great international try.
Jamie Rooney then. Wakefield Trinity with the conversion attempt. No problem. 2 points then from Jamie Rooney, and of course all goals are 2 points, whether it be a drop goal, a conversion or a penalty. And let's not forget the original scoreline in for that try from Danny Maguire, 3 points, so 5-0 for the Northern Union. Rayner. Nice ball, but lost again.
keep an eye on him. You can't say I can play the ball. If they hold me down, I'll come on. Don't look at me while you stand up. Right. Calm down, let's go.
Ashley Klein having a good natter to these two sets of the front rows. Interesting, not a front row being changed yet.
Yeah, I think Ruben Wickey's left the field, hasn't he? Epi Luaki's on
just
for
come
him.
on, just come on.
Yeah, Arwen Gutenbeel's on there, so somebody else is missing from the back row. I'm surprised, 20-25 minutes now, and the complete Union front row is still there.
Arwen Gutenbeel, 10 caps for New Zealand. Fayumu. Trying to go. Ali Lauatiti. He's a big, strong man, Lauatiti. Oh, he's got it down. No hesitation there from referee Klein.
So you can see coming off the back of Great Britain, Dera. New Zealand been playing a couple of numbers, number out the back, number at the forward. Once Ali Lauatiti gets one-on-one with anyone, he's too big, he's too strong, gets the ball down.
Stacey Jones, formerly of the Catalan Dragons, who, well, I'm not going to remind Brian against me here, who had one of his finest ever memories in that Challenge Cup semi-final here. Stacey Jones, of course, with the conversion attempt, who had one of his finest ever moments for the Catalan Dragons here when, well, dare I say it, Brian, the Catalan Dragons knocked Wigan out of the semi-final of the Challenge Cup. Go on, I've said it.
You said it, and I put the volley him away, and he was great that day and was the difference between us. He was terrific, and that's what he has. It's been all his career. Big game breaker.
It still hurts him though, Ray. It still hurts.
Richard Moore, number 15, Wakefield Trinity Wildcats, coming on the pitch. Oh, good break here now by Luluai. Nice sidestep too. Can he go all the way? Oh, he can't, but I think the all goals will. Oh, terrific play, and it's that man again, Ali Lauatiti. 2 tries for the big Rhino, second row in a couple of minutes, and a wry smile on the face of Wayne Bennett.
What a try. One of the tries of the season for me, and it's that man, Faumuina again. Great footwork. Thomas Luluai, see you later, handoff. Here comes a sidestep, watch out. Got you, Michael Platt. Black shirts arriving in numbers, Nigel Vanganar, David Kidwell, Ali Lauatiti. Great hands, great rugby league try. Great to watch.
Stacey Jones then looking for a good points haul in what will be his final game. Had a wonderful career with the New Zealand Warriors and then a couple of seasons with the Catalan Dragons. Another 2-pointer for Jones and the all-goals lead by 10-5. The Kiwis moving up so quickly in a flat line. Just look at that line, that defensive line. Oh, good ball from Gleeson. Oh, beautiful ball, better. Jimmy Mooney, oh, he's lost it. Good rugby. Now, was he knocked out by the all-goal or did he lose it?
I think we'll see that he lost control of it.
Yep.
Great one-handed flick from Paul Sykes, and we wowed about the Kiwi try. That's a wow of a pass. He's just lost the ball there, Jamie Rooney.
Good tackle there, though, again by Moore, showing considerable promise since his arrival on the pitch.
Richard Moore's a big, fine athlete, Ray, and he's dangerous with the ball and very powerful.
Here's a man dangerous with the ball, Fayumu. David Hodgson just couldn't get hold of this pass.
Time on. Out. Play on. 1. Denny Stern.
A tackle there from 16. Paul Sykes coming off the replacements bench. Perrott coming more and more into this game now. 5 metres now from this Northern. Oh, got to be driving in. Just held up and pulled. Oh, can he still get it down? No, he can't. Move. Just a metre short. Fayumu. Short pass. Twisting, turning, and he's in. Greg Eastwood twisting around and turning. The Brisbane Broncos pack replacement in at the side. 13-5.
Power play after power play. Great hit and spin from Eastwood from the Brisbane Broncos, and that's just power rugby. The play before was Gutenbiel, was held just short, and that's Eastwood picking a hole or a body and getting himself over the line.
2 points for Jones, 15-5 for the All Goals, and the half-time hooter sounds.
Well, the Rugby League is tough and uncompromising as it was 100 years ago, but what would the conditions have been like then for that original tour? John Haynes is a historian of New Zealand Rugby League, an award-winning writer. You've investigated this. What was it like for the original All Goals?
Well, it was very hard. They were revolutionaries. They threw over amateur rugby union in New Zealand. They put in £50 each. They had a 70% guarantee, but who knows what could happen on tour. They could have gone broke. They didn't. And they set in place rugby league in New Zealand and on the international stage.
And is that side of 1907 revered in New Zealand?
Absolutely. More so now that we know more about it. The country understands that the All Blacks went professional in 1907. That's why we've got rugby league. That's why we're here tonight.
How long would it have taken them, the journey over, and what sort of conditions would they have been in?
Well, it took 6 weeks, and they kept fit by stoking coal on the ship. When they got to France, they trained through France from Marseille, landed in England, came in here into Leeds to a crowd of 6,000 people waiting at the station. That was how long it had taken to get a team to the Northern Union after the big split.
And 100 years on, that is what we are commemorating here at Warrington this evening. Let's enjoy the second half now. Back to Brian Noble, Robbie Poole and Ray French.
Thanks, Claire. Well then, Brian, John Haynes there talking about the All Goals, stalking coal for 6 weeks. You didn't do that when you went away in 1984, did you?
Well, not officially. I don't think it was on the agenda, to be honest, stalking coal. We did a lot of similar activities, Ray, but probably not as arduous.
They certainly were hardened and they certainly were toughened by the time they got here. But for a 49-match tour, you needed to be. Back in the second half. Referee just awaiting a judgment on what I think was a forward pass.
We used to do it pretty hard in our first business class seats as well, Ray.
I can imagine. Well, 15 points to 5 for the All Goals, and the players in this Northern Union side, they can't be happy with that deficit, with coach Tony Smith set to announce his team to play New Zealand in the first test next Saturday night. Just half a dozen of the New Zealand tour party in the All Goals squad, but if they maintain the performances, they could steal a march or two on their colleagues watching in the stands. Oh! Well, that's one of those silly, flapping, flailing, loose arms that I'm afraid Adrian Morley tends to bring into 1 or 2 games, Brian.
I don't think he missed him, Ray. You know, he stepped back on his inside and shoulders first, Mozza, shoulders first. That's all he needs.
That's a real shame as well, Ray, because Moz had a great first half. He was really dominating, leaving from the front. A real captain's knock for him to come up with that. Obviously, he's trying to show the boys, lead from the front once again and be very physical. That's a little too physical.
And Adrian Morley being placed on report there, that could be a big problem for Tony Smith.
Daddy, wait. Wait, Richard, go.
Fayumu. Still Jones. Luluai. These two half-backs, Stacey Jones, the experienced, crafty old campaigner, and Thomas Luluai working so hard. Jones again. Gutenbiel. Held up there by John Clark. And Andy Cooley. 3 metres now from this Northern Union line. Oh, here's a chance for Eastwood. Just can't get over. Moore clinging to him.
Stand down in the right through feet.
Good defence there. 5th tackle. Luluai on his back. Good turning.
I think there's some debate as to whether he got this one down, Ray.
Yeah.
He's not too confident, Thomas. Oh, he might be.
Actually, he's giving high five. He looks pretty confident.
Oh, he gets it down.
He drops it.
Has he dropped
You
it?
think? I'm not so sure. See what Mr. Ganson says. And he says no try. Maguire.
Play on.
Jamie Rooney looking for a gap, but closed immediately there by number 15. Epi Lawaki.
Play on.
That's a good ball. Oh. Yemen
Yeah, you're pinned in your corner.
drops the ball.
There'll be a little bit of rustiness, Ray. I mean, I know we're well into the second half, 5 minutes into the second half, but a lot of these players haven't played for a few weeks, so they'll enjoy this hit out. And it's been pretty tough, hasn't it?
Wait, out.
As yet, Brian, I think a lot of them need to show something to get in that first test team next week.
Stand, Ryan.
Well, there's 30 minutes for them to do that.
Hold him, Clinton. Surrender.
Tammy Tupu.
Stand. Go. Three.
Torpy.
Release, Jamie. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well done. Play on, in square.
Good play again from that hooker, David Fayumu. The only survivor from the 58-0 thrashing by Australia of New Zealand last week.
And you release. Yeah, guys. Hey, John. I'm going. Clear. Play on.
Hodgson takes it well.
Come back, please. Didn't touch the New Zealand ball.
Rayner.
Surrender! Stand, hold square, David! Go. Play on.
That's a good ball. Beautiful ball. Now then. Back inside here. Can he go the whole way? Danny Maguire surely will. Oh, superb running for Danny Maguire. That's what he does best. He latches onto those passes. He has the pace and he has the try. At last, some class, some skill for Tony Smith to appreciate.
Danny Maguire also, you know, I think he may have just played himself into the Great Britain starting lineup, and that he's been instrumental in the two tries that the Northern Union have scored. Fantastic player, does know how to finish off a try.
Jamie Rooney with his second attempt. Successful again. So the Northern Union edge a little nearer. 15-10 the score now for the All Goals. Sam Burgess, former. Oh, he's lost the ball.
You flopped on 15, the tackle was already made. I gave you the benefit of the doubt, but then the ball came out.
Well, he's penalising Lawaki here, Ryan.
He's saying Lawaki flopped on there. He wasn't involved in the tackle, and because Sam Burgess drops the ball, he's penalised him.
What the Northern Union need to do here, Ray, is not think about scoring off this set, but think about building pressure, putting the ball in goal, getting back-to-back sets and making their big boys do a lot of defence.
Morley and Burgess doing a lot of work there. Clark now operating well at this acting half-back position. Good play.
Stacey, move!
Chance there for Rooney. He saw that gap, but it closed so quickly. Good dummy. Oh, he's twisting. I think he's got it down. John Clark has got it down. No hesitation at all from Mr. Klein. And Tony Smith knows his side are back. Great appreciation from the many Warrington fans here at the Halliwell Jones for this Wolves hooker. Good try.
John Clark sees the opportunity. Great push from Martin Gleeson, who attracts the defender. Twist and turn, fight and prod, and he got the ball down.
Jamie Rooney about 27 metres out, just 7 or 8 metres to the right of the post. It's a good one. And at last, hopes are raised for the Northern Union. 15 apiece. This young man, number 13, Sam Burgess, running on the ball well, Robbie.
Yeah, he's a great player, great future. Bradford have done a lot of investment in him, and he puts all opposition under a lot of pressure.
Northern Union still going. They got an overlap here. Good player wide. Rayner Maguire, still in with a chance. Going for the line, still gets it to Clark. Clark to Maguire. Maguire still keeps it going. Oh, good tackle. Luluai and Stacey Jones back there, but we're on the 5th tackle. One more tackle. The kick to the corner. It's anybody's. A knock on. Restart.
Great kick from Rooney. Putting Nigel, I think he's done a Clinton Tupy under pressure. And unfortunately, Paul Sykes knocks on.
Move, Terry, a 0.
Tupu pounding down the middle. Takes 4 men to put the giant down.
Hold square. Wait.
Filling the place of Leslie Vainicolo at the Bradford Bulls. Steve Price.
Jamie, move.
Powerful Aussie test prop. New Zealand Warriors captain.
Play on. It's fine. 3. Let him have Stephen.
Good tackle there from
Play it.
Maguire. And Wild. Oh, here's a chance for Vanganar. You've got to hold him up. They do. Good tackling there by Kurt Yeaman. Vanganar, powerful lad. He knows the line.
Just wait, Terry. Terry. Wait. Go.
Newton, good ball.
Play on.
That's good play.
That's fine. Not touch. Not touch.
I don't think David Hodgson was expecting that, but he did well to grab hold of it.
Go.
Newton pointing to the left, moves to the pointing to the right, moves to the left rather.
Let him have Steve. Watch where your arm go, Ruben.
Moving nearer to that try line. That's a good ball to Yeaman. Cuts inside. Good running by Yeaman. Can he get inside? Yes, he does. Superb individual effort there by the whole player. Kurt Yeaman finally finds the gap. Cuts through on the left. And the Northern Union go into the lead. 18-15, the conversion to come. He's taken a knock though, hasn't he? Jamie Rooney then, with the kick. About 30 metres out from that crossbar. Oh, just misses it. Just brushes past that near side upright. The try, of course, 3 points, 18-15 now. And that's a sad sight there to see Kurt Yeaman going off. He's only got 1 week to get fit for that test match. Clark. Good cut inside there from Stephen Wild. Less than 20 minutes remaining. 3 points the difference now. We've talked about quite a few veterans in this New Zealand side, Robbie. Do you think there may be 1 or 2 tiring now?
I mean, that's a great possibility because, you know, the All Golds team definitely has been tiring. There you see, is this going to be a try?
Oh, the bounce of the ball.
A couple of short kicks have troubled the All Golds. They've now chipped one over, and they've probably won over before to disrupt their defensive line near the last place. Great tactic. Unfortunately, Gareth Rayner couldn't quite gather the ball.
There's a big difference from an oval ball bouncing and a football, isn't there?
I think the All Golds are definitely starting to tie because in the first half, they were dominating every ruck. And in the second half, it's been all the Northern Union's way.
The Northern Union moving in a little more eagerly now around that play the ball area. Clark in a wrestle there with Ali Lauatiti. Price still coming forward. No tiredness from the big, powerful Aussie prop.
Stephen, make sure you wait.
Kidwell. This is good play by the All Golds. Solid forward stuff. Ruben Wiki on the 5th tackle. Jones with the kick. That's a delicate one. Just hovering over that line. Platt, good play. Did well to get away from that try line there.
Wait, go. Fine.
Morley, the skipper, leading from the front.
Hands out! One here! I was great, Ruben. Go.
Clark. Good movement there from Stephen Wild, but I'm afraid poor movement from the people in front of him.
Might have been a tough call, this one. I think Gleeson had gone through the line and didn't actually disrupt the defender. It might be nice to see it again. Here we go. Does he impede a defender? I don't think he does. Ivan Gutenbiel makes a wrong punt on him there. Henry on the wall.
Oh! Driving through! Chupu, a metre short. The old goals are hitting back. Desperate defence here now from the Northern Union. 3 points the difference. 15 minutes remaining. The referee is unsighted.
Second tackle, Steve. We'll just check to see whether we got that down.
He thinks he's got it down, Louis
Ali
Anderson.
Lautiti thinks he's got it down.
Well, Louis Anderson is getting a pat on the back.
Run from dummy half. Yeah, that's a try. He's got that down.
I'm not sure he's got it on his hand. Has he got that on his hand?
Well, he's knocked one off as Mr. Ganson. He's not frightened of knocking him off.
Look.
Just there. I think the ball rolls over. Well, remember, Ray, all we need is a blade of grass to touch that ball.
Well,
I think he'll be given.
Mr. Ganson's making a very, very quick decision. It's a try. Not too many problems for Mr. Ganson. Stacey Jones, 3 out of 3. Looking for 4 out of 4. 20 points to 18 for the all goals then. The Northern Union now finding it harder to get away from this 20-metre area. That try and a goal suddenly put a new shape into the all goals. But here's a chance. Oh, he's kicked ahead. Now then, there's a chase down that right-hand side. Will the all goals get across first? Yes, he does. Superb racing back by that young man, number 17, Chase Stanley. 19 years of age, but he loses it. Oh, good piece of work there by that number 17, Chase Stanley.
4, try on this guy. 0. Move right.
David Kidwell, number 11 in the background there, just signalling to the bench. He's had an injury.
Oh, square. Fight, Greg.
There it is.
Dislocated finger, Ray, I think. They're trying to get him to the sideline.
Yep. Fino, the physio, will just pull it straight back.
Right, stay Royce.
That's why. We hear some sad news about the injury to Kurt Yeaman. It looks to be a repeat of that ankle ligament damage that he suffered earlier in the season. That could be a problem in the centre positions for Tony Smith for selection next week.
I think he's had a key senior, hasn't he? He's in the team, and it's an opportunity for somebody else, Ray. It's disappointing for Kurt Yeaman because he's looked strong tonight, hasn't he?
Steve.
Price charging forward.
He makes such a difference. We've talked about all the flamboyant players that have been on this field, you know, but Stephen Price has had a wow of a game, and all it is 8 metres every time and attracting defenders every time and getting their team on the front foot.
It's no wonder he won the prop forward of the year down in Australia, Brian, is it?
You can see why. It's not pretty, but it's effective.
And they're joy to play with as well, front rowers like that. They do all the ugly work for you. They set the platform, they set the foundation, and you can play off it, especially as a half.
Play on.
Good play.
Hold on. He's on.
It rolled in. Yes.
Oh.
Good kick there from Stacey Jones. Thomas Lulawai racing for it. Took a few perimeter advertising boards with him. The all goals now trying to count this clock down. 3.5 minutes remaining.
Stand. So now.
Ali Lauatiti, scorer of those
Off the ball, Terry.
opening 2 tries for the All Goals in the first half.
That's fine. 5 and last. Move. Hold square. Hold square. Go. He's on. Play on. Clear.
A good kick.
All right.
Pushing Rayner back into that in-goal area. 5 men in defence. The All Goals now. Oh! He's thrown it away.
One. He's short. Stand.
But of course, the All Goals with less than 3.
Terry.
The Northern Union with less than 3 minutes remaining. They have to take risks.
Man, Stephen Price again.
Ball thrown away.
Comes up with a big play from dummy half. They do have to take risks. They do have to find a play to get themselves to the other field, and that's what's happened in the last 10 minutes. The All Goals have been content just to restrict the Northern Union territory, kick the ball and get them down their end of the field.
You can see the All Golds just playing this one out, trying to get the ball in goal. We're even going for a try, but the Northern Union will probably have one more shot at the trophy.
And that's a penalty.
10 metres.
Not 10 metres.
What do you do here, Robbie? Take the 2, or are you going to play on and run the clock down?
Well, in good spirit, I'd expect them actually to run the ball.
But if you
Let's have a game of rugby.
If you are a professional, you'd go for
Come
goal.
on, guys. Martin.
No,
Obviously, they're not professional.
the right spirit, the right spirit. It is, after all, a centenary exhibition game. 2 minutes remaining.
I think it's the right call because of the right end of the field.
Play it there for
The Northern Union got to go 100 metres even if they get the ball.
Can't.
Behind him. Behind him.
Behind, says the referee. Backwards, he says, against Stacey Jones. One or two of the fans on the terraces disagree. Perrott. The All Goals just content to hang around here if they can't actually get over for a try. They lead 2018, 1.5 minutes remaining.
Play on.
Good ball, slip inside, and there is the clinching try! Linton Topey, the scorer, just at the side of the post. Beautiful inside ball, running on at pace, and Wayne Bennett allows himself a smile.
This try definitely is all about Stacey Jones. He's been buzzing about the little general all night long. But Stacey Jones drawing players to him. Clinton Tupy comes up on the inside, puts him into space, and it's try time.
And Stacey Jones with the last kick of an illustrious career. Can he make it? 5 out of 5 in his last ever match of rugby league. Yes, he does. 5 out of 5. 25-18 for the All Goals. And there goes the hooter. It's all over. The Originals clinched the 2-1 result. In 1907, they clinch a 1-0 result here. But I think Tony Smith and Gary Kemble, the New Zealand coach, will be more concerned about that Test series to come in the next 3 weeks. And one or two of these lads have really given a good account of themselves. Scoreline then, here from the Halliwell Jones. The Northern Union 18, All Goals 25. Sam, massive step up at 18 years of age to play rugby like that.
Yeah, great. I mean, I don't think age is a factor. I mean, it's easier playing with guys at this standard. They helped me through it, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself out there tonight.
You know, I've really enjoyed the week, and obviously the performance today was quite good from the boys. Obviously, we're disappointed we didn't get the result, but you know, we've only come together in this week, and you know, to hold a good Kiwi All Gold side to only losing by so many points, you know, we're really happy with. But there's plenty of improvement in them guys, and you know, I'm sure we will do that.
A defeat is a defeat, but are you really concerned about that? I mean, surely you've got to take things from this game and look ahead to the Test series.
I will take many things from it, some positives, some negatives. But you know, we don't want to be satisfied with not winning, and you know, that's something we need to deal with. And you know, whether it's in a game, a celebration game, or whether it's in a Test series, we need to make sure that we're not satisfied with that, but work hard for that not to happen again. And you know, we'll learn some lessons from this game, many of them.
If that was, you know, probably Great Britain's backup team, I mean, obviously the guys out of the grand final didn't play. They're in pretty good shape because, you know, it was a pretty fair New Zealand team, and I think it'll be a wonderful series. You know, New Zealand will come back from what happened in Wellington last week. These guys will get some confidence out of tonight. I think the whole team will get some confidence out of seeing their teammates here playing tonight. and I think it'll be a really good series and something worth looking forward to.
I'm glad I came back for this game, and to play with Stacey Jones for the last time is would have missed it for the world. And I think being coached by Wayne Bender was icing on the cake, and I think all the boys that came back for it will never forget this moment.
I've enjoyed myself in the game. It's given me a lot, and you know, I just thank everyone that I've played against, that I've played with, and all the supporters as well.
And thank you for all the entertainment you've given me and the viewers worldwide with BBC TV. Thank you.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks a lot.
A personal hacker there for Stacey Jones to signal the true end of his career. And Robbie, it looked like he had a few tears in his eyes there.
He's had a sensational career, you know, and it's gone on for a long time. He's been the forefront of New Zealand Rugby League for so long, and I think that's a fitting way to send him off.
In terms of looking ahead now to the Test series, Ali Lauitiiti, as he came off the pitch, I saw him giving a thumbs up. That result really mattered to him.
Well, it mattered to them all, you know. It was a unique game, but it's setting the premises for the rest of the Test series. So it was a great run out for everyone involved.
A couple of tries scored there by Danny Maguire, Brian. Was he one of the big positives out of it for you?
I think they can take a lot of positives, the Northern Union side, which becomes the Great Britain side next week. I think Sam Burgess showed what a great player he's going to be. I think there are quite a few people will be knocking on the door. All they didn't do was control the ball as well as they should have, and they'll take a lot of positives from the game.
And the one upset, really, the injury to Kurt Yeaman, because he'd had a good match, hadn't he?
Well, he had a good game. He'd looked strong, and we're not exactly flush with centres in the game, so it's going to be hard to replace. But let's not forget we've got a couple of teams that haven't really featured. You know, the St Helens players and the Leeds players from the grand final are going to add a big impetus to the Great Britain team.
Robbie, what do you make of the New Zealanders you've seen in action there? How much, well, do you think they're going to win the Test series?
I mean, I hope they are, because, you know, obviously it's my hand and my heart speaking here, but, you know, you never know. Obviously they're away from home. It's always tough to play here, and I think Great Britain are really going to be up for this Test series.
Brian making faces all the way through you saying that. You don't agree?
Absolutely not. I think Great Britain will prove in the next few games that we're really strong in the international front. I think there'll be a few more silverbacks, as I said through the commentary, a few more veterans that are coming back into experienced players that'll add. And I think the Kiwi actual makeup of the Kiwi team is a little bit young themselves. I think they're preparing for the 2008 World Cup. That's very exciting for everybody. I think we'll see some fantastic rugby, but I think Great Britain will be very ready.